So welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials, Meghalaya's first MTED channel. So my dear friends, today we are going to study paper 1 environmental science or environmental studies. So what we have to study today is that natural resources. So you know there are two types of resources. One is natural resources, another one is man-made resources or artificial resources. Now, natural resources, what are natural resources? Natural resources are the materials which is available naturally. Nobody has made that. You see mountains, who made mountains? You see oceans, who made oceans? You see plants and trees, who made plants and trees? You see the solar system, who made solar system? So these things are natural. The air, the water, the soil, the land, all these things are natural resources, all right, which means it exists in the environment naturally. I did not make it, you did not make it, right? So we will study about the different natural resources and how we can protect these natural resources. So let us see. Natural resources are elements or materials that occur naturally in the environment and are essential for the survival and well-being of living organisms, including humans. They can be broadly categorized into three primary types: air, water, and land or soil. Now you see, natural resources are the materials or the elements which is available in the environment naturally, and it is very important for all living forms in this world, for the microorganisms, for the animals, for the plants, for the human beings, right? So it is important. So what are natural resources? Let us see them one by one. So they say they are basically primarily three types of natural resources, that is the air, the water, and the soil. So now let us read about them one by one. So first of all, we will read about air. Air is the mixture of gases that makes up Earth's atmosphere. It primarily consists of nitrogen about 78%, oxygen about 21%, and trace amounts of other gases. Air is a crucial natural resource for several reasons. Now you see, air. We all know air is a collection of gases. In air, you find nitrogen, in air, you find oxygen, in air, you find carbon dioxide. Yes or no? So, always remember that we have, out of 100%, 78% we have is nitrogen gas. All right, nitrogen gas we have 78%, and oxygen we have 21%. Right, and then the other gases, the leftover percentage is distributed among other gases. Now you see why air is important. So it provides the oxygen necessary for respiration by humans and many other organisms. Now you see, in air, as I told you, you find oxygen and you find carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Other gases you forget about. Just remember oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now, why am I telling you or giving you the example of oxygen and carbon dioxide? Because we human beings, we need oxygen to survive. Yes or no? We need oxygen to survive. And plants, what do they need? Plants need carbon dioxide to survive. All right, so we exchange the gases. Human beings, animals, we take up the oxygen, and plants, they take up the carbon dioxide. So human beings, they release carbon dioxide and intake oxygen, and plants, they intake carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So the oxygen which is released by the plant is taken up by the human beings, and the carbon dioxide which is released by the human beings are taken up by the plants. So we coexist with one another. All right, so that is the advantage of existing together. Now, it regulates the earth's climate by trapping heat through the greenhouse effect. Now you see, climate change, global change, climate change, you hear all this word every now and then. Yes or no? So gases are responsible for the temperature. Yes or no? Some places we have high humidity, some places we have the cool temperature, somewhere average temperature. Yes or no? Somewhere high wind, somewhere tornadoes, somewhere cyclones, somewhere tsunamis. Yes or no? So these things happen because of the air, and this air is important because it is trapping the heat from escaping in the form of greenhouse effect, right? So greenhouse effect, global warming, you will know later. So it plays a crucial role in weather patterns and atmospheric processes. So air is important for the weather maintenance and for the atmospheric processes, different atmospheric processes. Conservation example can be the conservation of air quality is vital to reduce air pollution, which can have harmful effects on human health and environment. Actions such as reducing emissions from vehicles and industry processes, trans transitioning to cleaner energy resources, and planting trees to increase oxygen production contribute air conservation. Now you see, we know air pollution. Who do not know air pollution? Everybody knows air pollution. Air pollution means contamination of the normal air, which means the air which we breathe is normal, it's natural. But when it is contaminated, when it is polluted by factories, industries, smoke, smoking, burning of plastics, burning of non-biodegradable products, burning of biodegradable products, right? So all this thing causes air pollution, right? So air pollution is very very harmful for us. It causes a different type of diseases like tuberculosis, then cancer. So different type of diseases can be caused by the air pollution. So how can we take care of air? So in order to take care of air, we should minimize the emission from the factories, from the industries, burning of forest fires. Then we should shift to CNG, compressed natural gas, or we should shift to electric vehicles or battery vehicles, right? And try to minimize the use of fossil fuels. What are fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are the petroleum, right? The petrols, the diesels. So we should minimize the use of these fossil fuels, because these fossil fuels are something which will get over one day. It is non-renewable, right? It is non-renewable, which means once petrol is over, fossil fuels are over, we cannot get it back. It's very difficult to get it back. It will take millions of years to be formed again, right? And we human beings, we don't live for million years, we live for only 100 years. And according to our lifestyle these days, we live only for 80 years, right? So that's the problem. Now let us see actions such as reducing emission from vehicles. So this is what I already explained to you. We can shift to green energy, right? Now, water. Water is an essential natural resource covering about 71% of the Earth's surface. It is vital for life and serves numerous purposes. Now you see water. What is water? Water is a natural resource which is essential for human survival. Now life on Earth is possible because of water. If there is no water, we human beings, animals, plants, we all cannot survive. We will die. But since water is there, we are able to survive. All right. So the Earth covers about 71%. I mean, the water covers the 71% of the Earth. Out of 100%, 71% is covered by water body, which means there is no land. There is only water, water, water. Oceans. You have seen different oceans, Pacific oceans, right? Atlantic oceans, then Indian oceans, right? You have seen different type of oceans, seas. So these are all what? These are all water, but very little amount of water we have to drink. So fresh water is very less, because maximum of the water is in ocean, right? And ocean water is salty. It has got a high concentration of salt. Yes or no? Can we drink ocean's water? No, we cannot drink ocean water, because ocean water has got a very very high concentration of salt. So we cannot drink it. So fresh water we have very less, and this salty water or the ocean water or the saline water we have a lot. So even though we have so much of water, it is useless to human beings, right? Now it is essential for drinking, agriculture, and industrial process. Now why do we use water? We use water for taking bath, we use water for washing, we use water for agriculture, we use water for drinking, we use water for industrial processes. Yes or no? It supports aquatic ecosystem and biodiversity. Now because of water, they human beings are surviving, plants are surviving, animals are surviving. Yes or no? The aquatic life, the fishes, the crustaceans, the fishes, the animals under the water, the amphibians, all these are able to, the zooplanktons, the phytoplanktons, they are able to survive. Why? Because of water. If there is no water, these animals and plants, they will die. It plays a crucial role in climate regulation. Now you see, whenever we feel hot, it becomes cloudy and sudden, and then it ultimately rains, right? Especially in Meghalaya, in our state. What happens in our state, whenever there is too much hot, maybe 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, it will be very very hot. Then once the sky is full of clouds, it will rain like anything. Yes or no? Then everything becomes cool and calm, and we enjoy. Yes or no? So I believe you enjoy. So Why it happens? It happens to regulate the temperature, it happens to regulate the temperature and the climate, and it happens to make us peaceful and happy. Yes or no? So we all feel happy when the weather is normal, when the weather is cold, but we feel very irritated and frustrated when the weather is hot, when it is high temperature. Yes or no? So it plays a crucial role. All right, I already explained that. Now, conservation example. To conserve water, people can employ various measures such as reducing water wastages in household, implementing efficient irrigation system in agriculture, and treating recycling wastewater for reuse. Protecting watersheds and preventing pollution of water bodies are also important to conserve water. Now, see, if you want to conserve the water, you should minimize the use. Don't waste your water when you're brushing your teeth. Don't let your tap be open when you're taking bath. Off your tap. All right, so don't waste the water. Don't throw dead bodies, plastics, biodegradable, non-biodegradable degradable waste into the water bodies. Don't throw anything into the water bodies. All right, then reduce the use of water wastage. Then implement irrigation system in your agriculture. Don't waste water in agriculture field also. Then rainwater harvesting is very important. Protect the rainwater, collect the rainwater, and use those rainwater for your needs, or for cleaning the utensils, or for washing your vehicles, or for your gardening, for your cleaning, right? Of course, for bathing we don't use rainwater, right? So now, soil is a mixture of organic matter, materials, and microorganisms that covers the earth's surface. It serves as a critical natural resources for various reasons. Now, soil soil or land. So soil is a mixture. It is a collection of different organic and inorganic materials. So different type of, microorganisms you can find in the soil material. The germs, the earthworms, the insects you will find, the stones, the rocks, the sand, these things you will find in the soil. All right, and soil covers the earth's surface. So earth's surface, the covering of the earth is by the soil. So it is very important natural resource, because right now you are listening to my video and I am making this video. We are all where? Floating in water? No. Are we in space? No. Are we in air? No. We are where? On the ground, in the land, in the soil. We are in the soil. Yes or no? So it is very important. All right. So it provides a medium for plant growth and it is essential for agriculture and food production. Now you see, suppose if there was no soil, will you be able to plant? Will you be able to carry out agriculture? Will you be able to cultivate crops? Will farmers be able to grow anything? No. We are able to grow, we are able to do farming, we are able to produce food only because land is there, the soil is there. Yes or no? Right. Now, it provides a medium for plant growth and is essential for agriculture. All right, it stores carbon and helps regulate carbon cycle. Now, carbon is also stored under the mud or in the soil, and it regulates the carbon cycle. We have nitrogen cycle, we have carbon cycle, we have water cycle, right? That those things you might already know. Then it supports a wide range of terrestrial ecosystem. Now you see, everything, the plants, the animals, where do we live? The insects, the microorganisms, where do we live? We live on the land. Terrestrial means what? Terrestrial means those who live on the land. So human beings, we live on the land. Plants, they live on the land. Microorganisms, they live on the land. So we are what? We are terrestrial animals, or we are terrestrial animals and plants. We exist in terrestrial ecosystem, which means on land. Remember, this word is important. Terrestrial means on land, not in water, on land. Now, conservation. To conserve soil, what can we do? Techniques such as crop rotation, minimal tillage, and reforestation can help prevent soil erosion and degradation. Proper land management practices like avoiding overuse of fertilizers and controlling soil erosion are crucial for preserving these resources. Now, how will you take care of the soil? How will you protect the soil? So, in order to protect the soil, you do crop rotation. Crop rotation means today, all right, this month you have planted potato, next month you plant tomato, again you plant the onions, then you plant the rice, then you plant the maize. So, like that, you rotate, right? Rotate it. One day one crop, I mean, one time one crop, then again another crop, like that. Now, minimal tillage. So don't try to destroy or overuse the land. All right, and soil erosion is very dangerous. Landslides or soil erosion, why do you see landslides? We see landslide because we are cutting down the trees. When we cut down the trees, the roots of the plant, it have no life to hold the soil, to hold the stones. Then the tree fell and the root die, and then landslides takes place. Yes or no? So big rocks, they fall down on the ground from the mountain. Why? Because we are cutting down the trees, because trees are the one who are holding the mud, who are holding the stone together. But once you cut the tree dies, and slowly the mud used to get washed away with rain or the mountain streams or water, right? Then slowly the big rocks also come down, and it can cause many damages to the life and property. Yes or no? So try to avoid soil erosion. And how can you avoid soil erosion? By practicing afforestation. Now, what is, you always heard about deforestation, but have you ever heard about afforestation? Well, deforestation and afforestation are opposite. Deforestation means cutting down of trees, multiple number of trees, you are just cutting it down, that is deforestation. But afforestation means you are planting trees, you're planting more and more trees, all right? Every day you're planting trees. So that is called afforestation. Planting of trees is known as afforestation. Cutting down of trees is known as deforestation, right? Then don't use chemicals, don't use fertilizers in your agricultural field, right? Try to use the organic fertilizers and avoid using synthetic or this one fertilizers, all right? Now, so that's why we need to protect the soil erosion, right? Don't cut the trees, plant the trees as much as possible. So conservation of these natural resources is essential to ensure a sustainable and healthy environments for current and future generation. By using these resources wisely and adopting sustainable practices, we can mitigate the depletion and degradation of these vital elements of our ecosystem. Now you see, conservation of natural resources. So how can we conserve? We can conserve these by practicing sustainable development. What is sustainable development? Sustainable development means meeting the need of the present without compromising for the future generation, right? So we will not compromise for future generation. Of course, I have to I have to get 1 kilo of rice every day. I will eat that rice, no problem. But then I will not compromise with future generation. Suppose my children will come up, my children will grow, then again they will have their own children, right? So they also need food to eat. So I should also be able to preserve the environment in such a way that they will be able to survive, they will be able to live. I should not spoil everything, I should not end up everything. So we, as responsible citizens, human beings, what we should do is that we should try to be sustainable in our use of resources, all right? So use them today. If you need water, use water. If you need air, use air. If you need land, use land. But don't destroy them, because it will be needed by future generation. Your children will need them, your children's children will need them, right? So that is called sustainable development. Sustainable development means meeting the need of the present without compromising for the future generation, right? So we can also discourage or avoid or control or reduce depletion and soil degradation. All right, so soil degradation happens when we cut down the trees unnecessarily. So don't cut the trees unnecessarily, don't burn the forest unnecessarily, right? When you're burning the forest, slash and burn, zoom cultivation, what happens? Many animals they die, many plants they die, many medicinal plants are lost. Yes or no? And the soil also becomes infertile sometimes. So that's why we have to be very careful, right? So I think this is all in this video. So thank you everyone for staying connected with the show tutorials, Meghalaya's first MTech channel. Thank you.